Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Crisis Psychic channel, formerly known as the Ecliptic Spiritualist. So welcome to Spring Equinox, yes, of 2024. Welcome to our new astrological year. Those that see this video, like, share, and subscribe. We made it through all 4 seasons. So that means we're in a new energy that's coming in, starting with Aries season. So welcome Aries birthday gang. Have a lovely birthday, and everybody have a lovely spring equinox coming in. So I'm going to pull some cards, see what Spirit has to say for us as a collective coming into this spring. Keep in mind that I do offer personalized readings along with custom ritual work and some other sessions. You go to the website. Okay, now the spring equinox is coming in today, yesterday started, last night on the 19th, and then moving on into as the spring starts to inch its way up into full bloom, and then we get into the buffer, the brink of spring later on in May, and then we start to move into summer equinox. Okay. However, with this spring equinox coming in, we do have some eclipses, a full moon, getting ready for all of us. So make sure that you're getting grounded. The last video I did the other day, it should be posted here. And it deals with St. Joseph Feast Day, which was on Tuesday, the 19th, bringing in spring equinox. But to make sure that you're looking at major improvements for your life, doing some grounding work outside, so that way you're ready for the new open portals and doors for your life. But you must take time to sit down with yourself, write out a list, do some gratitude for yourself, and welcome your divine energy and the source for bringing you into a whole new year of completion. Okay? Let's get it in. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What do you have to say to us as the collective with this spring energy? This particular deck, just to let you know, the deck that I'm using, if you're interested in that, is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. It's a tarot deck by Rachel True. So it's True Heart by Rachel True Intuitive Tarot. Okay? And I'm going to involve some oracle cards as well, okay? So what do you have to say, Spirit, to us as a collective for this spring equinox? All right. Okay, so the Spirit brings in the King of Swords, bringing in the 8 of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and this deck is stating the Ace of Disc, but it's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, okay? And I'm going to pull a few cards more if I'm going to do from the tarot, okay? If you're interested in this deck, I'll link it down in the description box down below, okay? Now, the King of Swords is stating for us and getting ready for Aries season, okay? So the King of Swords is all about Aries season. And so that means we're positioning ourselves to get ready for a new perspective with improvements. I also see that with this card, Spirit is bringing up that you want to make sure that you're bringing out your notebooks and taking notes from the downloads that you're going to get into this spring equinox. We're in spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere. Those are in the southern hemisphere. You're moving into autumn, okay? But get your books out, write your notes, take notes of the downloads that you're getting, that's coming through, okay? Also, positioning yourself for the next movement in your life, okay? It's very clear to you, all right? And if you don't feel it is clear now, trust and believe it's going to get even clearer as you move into the spring equinox energy. And as Aries, as the headliner, and he wanted to make sure that he showed us that, because King of Swords is the Aries card out of the deck, Okay, so King of Swords is positioning each and every one of you, making sure that you're grounded. The next is a lot of thoughts will be coming into your mind with this Eight of Swords. Now, this time you may get a little bum rush with a lot of speed coming into your mind of what to do and how to do, who, what, when, where, and how kind of energy. It may be surging you very quickly into your mind, but you do, because we're moving into Aries season and we are into the spring equinox, sometimes you can get overloads. Like we were saying, you're going to get some downloads, but you can get overloads to thinking that you're going to have to tackle them all at one time. But I would state that they're thoughts to write down to see how it fits into your life for this spring equinox. And write them down, track the thoughts, okay? Track them. They're going to bombard you from the divine and this celestial energy of Aries, along with us coming to ecliptic season for next week in Libra. But write down your thoughts. All the thoughts, you won't be putting action behind them, but they're going to come in with a lot of speed, okay? Now we have the Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles, all right? And the center part of looking at this reference to all of the thoughts is taking time and listening within for the number one solution that you'll be coming to this spring equinox. You're going to be coming to one major solution, okay, that you need to solve, okay, like a puzzle, but it's going to be easy, all right? And it's being handed to you to solve it, all right? Now, with this solving, this particular one area is going to be a key element, a number one key element of the spring, so that way you're moving in good timing and not moving too fast or too much, because we're seeing all of these bombarded thoughts. Some of you are taking tests as well. I'm hearing that some of you are taking tests or doing some type of coursework that will enhance your financial incomes. So go on ahead and prepare for those tests. You will pass them tests, but poor preparation brings about poor performance. So if you're not preparing for the test and you're thinking that you can wing it, you know, you need to take the time and focus on it. All right. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this Wheel of Fortune is coming in, moving forward. And I put it in a forward position because it was in reverse. Now, I'm moving it to this forward looking because I was guided to do so, even though the card came in this way. And I want to explain it before you to understand it in reverse. Okay. Now, it came in reverse just to make sure that you know, but for Spirit told me to take it into the forward face. All right. Now, for that reason and for the forward face, Spirit wants me to first go into the fact that it came into reverse because we're now entering into our retrograde, first retrograde of Mercury in retrograde of the official 2024. So this is the part of the reverse. All right. Now, the reverse part is having you to go within to, again, track what it is that you need to look at more closely so that you miss some of the areas last time that it was in retrograde. You didn't pay close enough attention to that was in retrograde back in January. So I moved it from the reverse section to forward as Spirit guided, because you need to take that time to look within so it can be moving forward, and it will be moving forward, but you must look at it. Mercury retrograde helps us to identify what we need to revisit, okay? And it's going to solidify it when it comes out of retrograde, and things are going to be moving forward for you in the spring. So when it's coming in reverse, in other words, with that Mercury is in reverse, but spring is going to take it forward because you have to identify, okay? And it's the shedding of the skin coming in with spring equinox as well for the snake, okay? The snake. And what that does is shedding of old and the rebirth of new. All right. And then our last card out of the tarot is the Six of Cups. Okay. Now we have this Six of Cups that's coming in, and it actually is coming in reverse as well. But I faced it forward so that I can explain why. Okay. Now looking at it in reverse, it's going to retract back into some old relationships that you were once in, or some friendships that's going to come in from the past that are supposed to be in coming into spring. Okay. And this is stemming back from the summer of 2024. This reading may or may not resonate with you. It's okay. It is for the future energy for spring. Now, this is a reversal looking at the past relationships that you've had from the summer. Okay. That was in. All right. If you take a closer look, right now we're in spring, but there's not a lot of sailboat energy going on. Not yet in here in the Northern Hemisphere. But however, this situation came from the summer, and that's why you see the sailboats in here. So if you go back and look at Venus in retrograde, Venus was in retrograde this summer. All right. So this past summer, there was a lot of breakups, a lot of makeups, break up to make up, that's what we do, So, but during that season, Venus was pretty much scanning in Leo retrograde to see if that relationship was solid. So sometimes those relationships got blown up and things were brought up that is like, wow, and it split people up. But if they took their time and rode that wave till September the 9th of 2023, then they would have made it or not. It did affect a lot of water signs and mostly everybody's signs. That was more on the borderline of that particular house that it sat in, where Venus sits in your houses and your birth chart. But you do need to know, everybody needs to know their moon sign. All right. So this is going back in the summer when there was some splits in relationships. So now coming into this Mercury retrograde, and Venus was checking through those things. All right. And Venus is active right now. So Mars moving into Aries, and by the end of this week is going to revisit that relationship that ended. Okay. Or ended, and see how well you can do with it coming in. Did you learn your lesson? Doesn't mean you're going to get back with that person, but did you learn from it? How did you learn from it? So they want you to know this is what you need to know about this revisit. Okay. And I'm going to stop right there at this particular reading from there. And then I'm going to go to the Oracle deck, which is the Archangel deck. Okay. And then this is the Oracle deck. There's a difference, just to let you know if you're like to know about the cards. I read through tarot, and now I'm going to Oracle. Okay. Now let's see what Spirit has to say. Thank you, Spirit guides. What do you have to say, Archangels, to the collective, to us? What do you have to say about the spring equinox? And stop. Hopefully, as I'm hearing too, hopefully that you're working with your ancestor altars, burning your ancestor money, being consistent with working with your ancestors, because we are moving into rebirth, recovering items and things that are part of your solar system energy, that's part of who you are, that is rebirthed into you. But if you're working with your ancestors, altar and your ancestors, and working with the divine within you, and then your angels, you will get more clarity. All right. So the first card is Clarosenses, Archangel Regal. All right. And so Archangel Regal is talking about your clarosenses. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Okay. Divine guidance. Recognize emotional feelings, recurring physical energy that's coming in. That's your divine guidance. Your angels are signaling you with these notifications in your body and in your emotions. Keep in mind that at the time of this spring equinox reading, we do have Chiron in conjunction with Pisces and Cancer energy at this time. So the angelic angels and this clairsenses energy is coming through the potency of the solar system planets to bring Archangel Miguel into knowing one of your clairsyntheses or working through it. Even if that's not one of your main giftings, rest and assured it's going to be more heightened through this spring equinox because they're coming through for you in that area. And then we have spiritual understanding, Archangel Raziel. Spiritual understanding. Okay. So if you do work with a geometric signs and staring at geometric signs while you're doing your chants or your mantras with your malabees, you will see a lot of the geometrics in this particular card. And you'll see the diagonal here of the pentacle of the triangle here facing down into your solar plexus here. And so, but it's firing off. If you remember the other card, which was the 8 of Wands, there was a lot of energy coming through. The same thing, a lot of energy coming through with spiritual understanding with Archangel Raziel. Also, if you noticed in the Wheel of Fortune card that I pulled through the tarot, you will see the bird heightened there. Okay, with guidance, with coming through. Okay, with coming down, looking above and coming down low. Okay, so I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Okay, so you're going to know your spiritual truths at this time. What your spiritual truths will look different than last year because there's some growth if you're doing your growth. Okay, but one of the key elements for growing with getting the spiritual understanding of esoteric information and symbols and helping understanding your spiritual truths is to make sure that you are not in some sort of unforgiveness. You cannot get spiritual understanding if you're full of unforgiveness. That's what I'm sticking with and saying to you. It's up to you to do that, but it is the truth. Okay? And the truth will set you free. That is the truth. If you're carrying unforgiveness in your spirit, you need to ask for forgiveness within yourself and then walk and work through that forgiveness so that becomes an action movement for you for change. But spiritual understanding is attached to that, and it can be a liability to you if you are in some sort of unforgiveness or you are sending out bad, jealous energy. If you are sending out bad, jealous energy, any that has not been or offense, defense energy like you're in a team, then it will affect your spiritual understanding. It is up to you whether to believe that, but that is the message coming through down through the mediumship connect for me through the Archangel Raziel. Okay, and then last but not least, gentleness. Okay, Archangel Sadafon is saying be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people and situations and environments. Okay, and environments. So take time for yourself. Be gentle with who? Yourself, your inner child. Working with your inner child so that he or she is going through a healing process. Okay, and through the spring equinox and this explosive energy with Aries and Mars moving into Aries, but explosive with this eclipse coming in, several of them, 2 of them coming in with the spring equinox. Being gentle with yourself will give you resolve to understanding your inner child and giving that inner child relief and understanding so that way you're not walking around with continuous PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome. Okay, so you must nourish it and reconnect the splits and the brokenness within that body that needs to bring about healing. Okay, I love you for taking the time. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts about this spring equinox and the message that came through. I love each and every one of you for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to contact me for your personalized reading sessions, along with other sessions that I offer and custom ritual work. Okay. Join Patreon. You will get extra information there. It helps to support the channel. I've been here going on 7 years. It's been a great ride, a lot of twists and turns, but doing content creation is not for the faint. It's about consistency, and most importantly, it's about the gifts that you bring to serve and help yourself first and to help others. That's what content creation would do for you, because it's creating from within, all right, and bringing it out to the universe and to the world. I love you very much. Have a great spring equinox in 2024, and comment down below, join Patreon. Make sure that you signed up for my website. See you later.